We're here in Liverpool, a city synonymous with music and sporting achievement, to explore the M&S Bank Arena. It's a multi-purpose venue that has seen spectacular shows by acts such as Paul McCartney and Beyonce, sporting events including the World Gymnastic Championships, and this year it will host the Eurovision Song Contest.
I'm here to meet Commercial Director Ben Williams to discuss why the arena is a must-visit venue for event promoters, performers and fans. So Ben, I know it's an 11,000 capacity venue overall, but what kind of flexibility does the venue have in terms of format, shapes and sizes?
So these days, flexibility is key. So we'll offer anything from a sort of short haul theatre format, which could be sort of 2,500, 3,000, and then everywhere in between to a standing full-end stage or seated stage. And depending on the production, then obviously the capacity will vary, but we'll work with the promoters around price breaks, and then obviously selling and dressing the venue so both the audience and the artists can have the best possible time.
Great stuff. And are there any other spaces you can put concerts can take place in the building?
So it's three venues on our campus. So we've got the M&S Bank Arena. We've also got the convention centre. So that's got a purpose-built auditorium, which was designed and built for conferencing, but it's a great auditorium space. So we put on quite a lot of music and also comedy in there. So that's flexible from 1,350 up to 1,850. And then we also have the exhibition centre Liverpool, which is complete opposite. It's like a big black box, but we can do sort of up to 7,000 standing concerts in there. It was also where we've screened the UEFA Champions League final whenever Liverpool get to the final, which is quite regular these days.
And on the subject of sport, obviously very recently you hosted the World Gymnastics Championships. Could you give me some examples of the range of sporting events that you've held and that you've hosted in this building? The
building was conceived and designed to be able to host sport. That was always an ambition of the city. So, for example, for gymnastics, prior to the World Gymnastics Championship, we'd hosted the British Championships, I think something like 9 times in the last 11 years. So in 2019, we had the Vitality Netball World Cup. Liverpool is a hugely passionate city about music and sport. So the sporting events are also very well attended here. So we've also done recently. We did the World Karate Championships. We've done Taekwondo before.
Being in this position here, you can see the great surroundings that this venue's in. How beneficial is that really when it comes to attracting promoters and attracting artists and the sporting events to this venue?
A huge amount of people come here, specifically because it's the home of the Beatles, and artists want to play here because it's the home of the Beatles. And it's also an audience that really knows how to party. So you're guaranteed a great reaction if you play a gig here.
Obviously, Liverpool's known around the world for music and sport, and this venue's done very well in terms of attracting international events such as the gymnastics. But also you've got the little event called the Eurovision coming next year. So how much does that mean to you as an organisation, and how much work went into winning that?
It was a challenging bid process, but also very rewarding. Every day was a school day. Personally, I had no idea just how huge Eurovision is. You think of it as just being a one song contest. But it's not, it's 9 live shows, it's watched by 160 million people.
And having walked around the venue today, it strikes me that not only is it in a stunning location by the water, surrounded by beautiful old buildings and great modern architecture, but the venue itself is obviously, it's very nicely designed. It feels fresh. How much investment has gone into the building in recent years? What has that investment been spent on?
So, the venues, to start with, I think it has also benefited from being very well maintained. But on top of the maintenance, we have made investments. When M&S Bank became the naming partner, we took the opportunity to refresh the entire concourse area. At the same time, with Sodexo Live, we refurbished and put investment into all the kiosks. We relocated our box office and created a huge new mega bar. We want artists to love coming here. They don't always see all of the city, but what they definitely see is the dressing rooms. So we have spent quite a bit of money on the dressing rooms recently, just refreshing those and bringing them up in line with other venues around the country. And then we've spent a lot of money around the draping system with our partners UK Rigging, around again have the best possible experience for both the artists playing and for their fans to actually enjoy seeing them and watching them live.
For the ACC Liverpool group, it's not just about enhancing the offering at the M&S Bank Arena. Reducing the venue's environmental impact is also top of the agenda.
So last year we launched our social value impact plan, and sustainability and climate action was one of the 5 key pillars within that. And we think about it really within sort of 3 key categories. So first of all, from a facilities perspective, so whilst, for example, we've already got 925 photovoltaic panels on the roof, we're just about to invest a 7-figure sum of money into making sure that we replace all the lighting across the campus with LED. So from a facilities perspective, it's huge, and doing everything that we can on our decarbonisation journey. Secondly, we think about our operational processes and how we can again reduce the impact that we're having on our environment through those. So we've almost eradicated single-use plastics across the entire campus. We look at things like waste and making sure that we're sending 0 waste to landfill, and anything else from a process perspective where we can again reduce the footprint and the negative impact that we're having on the environment. And then lastly, we think about our products. So it might be something as simple as moving to e-tickets, for example, or encouraging organisers to use the digital assets that we have in terms of advertising. Or for example, in the arena, on the concourse, we've just launched some vegan outlets on the concourse to really again encourage people to make sustainable choices.
So Billie Eilish is a good example of an artist that's very, very focused on the sustainability and their impact on the environment. Do you find that when you're having conversations with artists and promoters that the sustainability of this building is a key part of their decision?
Yes, absolutely. And I think we all recognise that there's an increasing trend between events and actually facilitating those really important conversations. And consumers now are so much more conscious and so much more socially aware than they were before. So if event organisers, even from a commercial perspective, want to make sure that they are maximising the number of people that come to their events, they recognise that they need to have those options that are available. So we do find that it's of increasing importance, not just from a consumer perspective, but actually from an employee perspective as well, from a talent perspective, that it's one of the first questions that we also get asked about when people are considering where they want to work. And that's fabulous, isn't it? Because that's aligning everybody's priorities, what's good for the planet, as well as what's good for profit. And it means that working together, we can all progress with positive change.
Whether it is the ease and speed with which a production can be loaded in or out, the backstage facilities offered to crew and performers, or the front-of-house experience created for everyone from avid fans to hospitality guests, the team at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool are doing everything possible to ensure a visit to the Merseyside Live Entertainment Hub is a memorable experience for all involved.